Sorry, I farted.
Hey, all right, how's it going, everyone? How you guys doing? Yeah, how you guys doing tonight? Today, where you're from, this beautiful world. Welcome to another Beer and Cheese Tuesday. Got my buddy Beer Man here. Yeah, I've got Beer Man here, but I got Bumpy isms here. Cheers, Bumpy.
Cheers.
Thanks for being on the panel with me today, and cheers to all the viewers out there that are watching. We got one. We had two strong. But yeah, welcome on in. And so we're just gonna, like we always do every Tuesday, except for the second week of the month, we go over a beer and cheese and see if it works, see if it pairs. So hopefully Bumpy got something, and hopefully they work out. Let's see what Bumpy has. Cheers.
All right. So I don't know what's up with the chat thing, because I'm looking at the live stream and it said something went wrong, and I'm not able to actually chat
on
YouTube. So this was an issue I think that was happening last week as well.
Huh. Weird.
I'll post something here. I'll see maybe if it kicks anything off, but you may not have people in the chat even if they're here. So cheers to everybody. If you're here watching and you can't chat, hopefully that goes through there, because I did that through StreamYard. Well, that was through StreamYard. Let me I just want to check this out just to see if anything changes. Okay, chat's back up. Cool.
Back, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Okay.
Yeah, I just refreshed it.
It's way behind though, dude. It's super glitchy.
Yeah.
Way behind.
So here we are on Beer and Cheese. Let me first show you my cheese I'm bringing. I'm going to show you the wrapper. This one, it's that. So what this says signature cave aged cheese, 5 Qs, sheep cheese aged in certified sherry cask. Ingredients are raw sheep's milk, salt, Oloroso wine, rennet, and cheese cultures. This won a 2022-2023 World Cheese Award, Super Gold. It won a Super Gold 2022 to 2023. The cheese looks like this. It's got... yeah, I haven't cut into it yet. I'm going to do that. It does look like it might have some crystals or something just by those white dots, because they seem to kind of penetrate into the cheese. They don't seem to just surface dots. And then it does have the rind. It's kind of a waxy. It almost feels like duct tape. So, yeah, that's not edible. I will be cutting that off. And I can tell you, when I took this out of the wrapper, it definitely has a strong smell to it. But we'll get to all that when we actually get to reviewing this. We're coming up into the holiday season. I have a sherry cask aged sheep's milk. It doesn't say that it's a cheddar or anything like that. It just says it's a sheep milk cheese. So let's do chestnut praline, which is an imperial ale from Southern Tier Brewing. They're out of New York. And this is...
Cheers. Cheers.
Yeah. 8.6% ABV on this ale. I've never had this beer before. I've seen it. I've heard about it, but I've never had it. And I've never had this cheese before either. So I like it when I can get some new things in my system.
Yeah.
And just with this cheese being a sheep's cheese and stuff like that, I didn't want to do like a stout or anything because I didn't want it to kind of overtake.
Right.
I had to make sure this wasn't a stout because I've never had it before. It didn't look like it was through the bottle, but when I popped the cap, I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
There's kind of, that might be the chestnuts. Maybe they roast them. There's kind of a stouty smell to this. But yeah, it looks like it's a nice deep gold. It is clear. It's got good carbonation kind of flowing up through the center with a very small white sudsy head that's going to go away. Cheers.
All right, man. Looks pretty. All right. Cheers, Bumpy. And welcome in, Tanner from East Coast Elky Reviews. Let's get him up here.
All right. Cheers, guys. So, I have. We usually show the cheese or the beer first. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter on the show. Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
All right. So, I got something a little bit different. Typically, I just do like a cheddar, you know. But today we have a Wensleydale in cranberries.
Oh, very nice.
So, it's a Wensleydale cheese with juicy cranberry pieces. So, see, this was like $7 for this box. Cut it open really quick. Right. Probably should have opened this already. Oh, looks pretty good. Looks very oily. Oh, it's nice and crumbly. Okay. So as you it's like falling apart over here. It's like a crumbly cheese, and it does have some nice cranberry pieces. There's actually a lot of them. You guys can see the block. They definitely did not skimp out on the cranberries. And then I thought it would be cool to maybe switch it up and do something a little different. We got, I believe, yes, Branch and Blade over Bumpy's neck of the woods. It's their Burning Love Peach Cobbler Sour Ale.
Oh, right.
$5.39. Really cool looking can art. It's a hand holding a heart. So.
Oh, that's cool. I like that art.
It says pastry sour. Burning Love is our collaborative pre-inspired sour series that we brew with our friends at Blaze. Oh, so it's a collab with Blaze Brewing Company. This version is loaded with peach, cinnamon, marshmallow. Over top, a lightly tart sour base. Enjoy. So let's pour that up. Right, we got our snitcher glass here. Looks like a New England IPA. Let's get a little bit darker as we pour more in the glass there. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does. Those look good.
I can smell it from here. So we'll see what that's all about. So peach cobbler sour and a cranberry Wensleydale cheese. So,
great.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Cheers. All right. Let's see what I got here. All right. So
falling apart.
Just going back to the thing I brought last week, it was 3 different kinds of goat and sheep cheeses. So me and Bumpy are thinking on the same plane here. But this one I'm gonna try. Last one was the Eberico. This one's a queso de cabra. So cabra, what's cabra? Cabra, is that good? Cabra. It's cabra. Chupa la cabra. Isn't that bat? I think it's a bat or something. Doesn't cabra mean bat?
Yeah, it's some type of flying monster from
flying something. Yeah.
New Jersey. I don't know.
But they're from.
Is it a goat?
Yeah, it's a goat. Yeah, yeah. Queso cheese of the bat or something.
Goat cheese.
Oh, that's what it means?
I don't know. I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
So this wife got this at some wine walk thing a week back, and so I got one more to go through as long as it stays good. But this is from Garcia Baquero. Whatever, I'm butchering that one. Spanish cheese selection. This is what it looks like. Just looks like I better hold it. But as it goes into my side beer. But yeah, nice white goat cheese. Smells great. I figured I would mix it in. I went to my local shop and Sunfish. Cheers, man. Went to so Prairie's putting out a bunch of these 12s, and that I saw, and I picked out a modern Pilsner, and this one's called shit. What's it called? I can't even read that.
Shit.
I can't read it. Shiv beer, something like that. But
Shift TV.
Shift TV. I guess so. But it's modern Pilsner at 5%. They're out of what? Forgot where they're from already. Missouri. Something $3.95 for the can. So I got my Pilsner glass. Let's go ahead and put it in. Modern Pilsner. So I'm looking for hopefully we get some nice little Westy vibe there or something like that, or a fruity vibe of some kind, or that's what I'm assuming. It smells good. There you go. Nice little bit of a chill haze, but decent effervescence in there. Decent. Not the greatest head. I poured it somewhat aggressively, but it's not really giving me much head. But it looks good. Looks the part. So we'll see how that works and see how it pairs up. So cheers. Let's go ahead and let's get back to Bumpy and see how his works. Here we go.
All right. So I get this cherry cask aged sheep's cheese. I don't know what the hell it is, but yeah, the aromas. I'm doing the cheese first because I've already been nibbling on it, so we might as well.
Yeah,
it does have some strong aromas to it. It's a little footy. It's not quite as sharp as like a Swiss cheese would be. But it's got that kind of weird, like, toe jam, foot sweat, gym sock funkiness to it. Oh, I just got a hint of like a vinegar.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
like,
What?
Like a red wine vinegar. That'd be that sherry cask. I was smelling on this earlier. I couldn't pick up. I'm like, I don't know where the sherry thing is. But then I just got a quick, like, kind of a burn of a red wine vinegar. So that's gonna be that sherry cask coming through. Oh yeah, I can smell it now. Now that I picked it up in my nose, I can get that hint every time. So yeah, so it's like sweaty gym sock, toe jam, athlete's foot, and red wine vinegar on the aromas. All right.
Nice.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So there's no crystals in it. I thought it would be. It's a kind of a hard cheese. Dog hair. Let's get that off. So I mean, there's like no flex. It just breaks. It's pretty stiff. I can't even squish it down. Eating it, it's chalky. It doesn't melt in the mouth. It breaks up and loses chalkiness on the palate. Quite a drying cheese to the palate. It's a little nutty. Still has a bit of that kind of like locker room flavor. Takes a deep dive when you swallow it. Right in the back of the throat, it just kind of like hits you with some funky. Yeah, I can't really pick up on that kind of red wine vinegar, the sherry cask on the palate. Maybe I will eventually because it took a while for the nostrils to pick it up, but once it did, it really hit. But yeah, this kind of a sharper type cheese. Sure. And there's some deeper notes to it there. Like I said, very drying on the palate. All right. Let's go after the beer.
Right.
So first off, like I said, when I open this thing up, it's got this almost like it hits you like it's a stout because it has this kind of roastiness to it. You get in, it's kind of a bit of like caramel, and there's like this nutty, like a roasted nut. So it's probably chestnut that's been like roasted or something, or at least they're trying to make you think that. There's so roasted, we'll just say roasted chestnut, roastiness. There is caramel, there's vanilla. It smells like a little like the vanilla type note is coming off like a soda that has vanilla in it. It's like a vanilla flavoring. Maybe a little hidden cherry underneath too. Yeah, I get a little bit of like almost like a maraschino cherry or like a black cherry. I don't even know what goes in these pralines, but I mean, there's chestnut in this one, obviously, chestnut praline. But yeah, maybe even a little bit. It almost goes kind of pistachio ice cream.
No. No.
Black cherry pistachio ice cream. Vanilla. I mean, we usually get that when you get like ice cream and stuff, you get kind of a vanilla thing, unless it's chocolate ice cream. Yeah, it smells desserty, I guess. That's what a chestnut praline would be, or at least a praline, right? It's some type of like festive dessert, I would guess. Okay, I'm going to take my first sip. I picked up a lot of aromas out of it, which is quite interesting. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Bumpy.
Pecans. That's what it is. Yeah.
Besides that big hit of metallic flavor I got, I get a lot of the same flavors on the palate from the aromas. To me, I get those black cherry, I get vanilla, get kind of like it's like a pistachio ice cream blend as well. Kind of has a little bit of an unpleasant finish. There's a bit of a roastiness on the tail end going in. There's a bitterness to this beer. It doesn't come off like the aromas where I can kind of smell like maybe like a roasted chestnut or just some type of roasted malt type note that led me to believe it might be, it kind of smelled like a stout. It doesn't taste like that. It's just kind of this weird, like, it's kind of like a roasty flavor, but then there's like all this weird metallic and bitterness and yeah, body on it. I'm gonna say it's a medium full body, but it definitely has this like coating aspect to it. It just coats almost like you had honey or something. It just coats the palate with this kind of like thick mucousy membrane. Yeah, 8%, 8.6% ABV. There is a bit of a warming in the throat, mostly. I think kind of get that there's higher alcohol to this. It doesn't per se have an alcoholic flavor to it, though. It just has a really poor finish. Let's eat some cheese, drink the beer, see if they mix. Beers.
Right, Shabir's.
With your eyes closed. Get real intimate with that beer.
The cheese helps the beer. I'm getting that kind of black cherry flavor. I mean, I'm getting the flavors of the cheese. The beer dilutes some of the funk of the cheese, but it still lingers on. You get like a little bit more nuttiness and stuff out of the cheese with drinking the beer there, but it definitely cuts back on some of the metallic and just bad finish of the beer with having the cheese. The cheese is kind of powerful enough. It kind of still lingers on to the finish. It just brings out more of that kind of black cherry type note out of the beer. And then the cheese itself is adding the nuttiness that isn't there from this chestnut praline. So that kind of worked. Let's go ahead and drink beer, eat cheese. So the cheeseless.
Jesus. Beer's cheese.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Oh no. It's all wow. So I'm sneaking the cheese into my mouth as all that weird like metallic note really hit strong, and then the cheese amplified. It just took that metallic note and just said, "I'm the Terminator, and I'm in your mouth." That was bad. Now that the cheese is finally taken over the beer, now it's okay. Oh God, I don't like this.
Oh
No, this beer is not good. Okay, cheers.
Cheers. Sorry. All right, cool. All right, let's get on with Tanner. Let's get to Tanner.
Okay. So, I think we'll do the cheese first. Okay. So it's a very crumbly, dry cheese. It just keeps falling apart on me. There is a good amount of cranberries in here. Let's get this slice. It's like a white cheese. But like I said, very flaky. Nose. I mean, I kind of just get like the like buttery kind of nutty like aromas you would get with like a cheddar. And then maybe like a faint hint of the cranberry. No, I'm getting more of the cranberry now. But yeah, it smells very buttery. It's like falling as I'm like trying to hold it up to my nose. Maybe like slightly tart. It smells pretty good. It smells kind of like it's going to taste like a cheddar with some cranberry. Let's try it out. Cheezers.
Cheezers.
Jesus.
It's actually a lot more creamy than you would expect.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's kind of got like a creamy texture, but it's very astringent. It like melts in your mouth like butter, but it also leaves you with like a big drying finish. It's kind of hard to eat because you get the astringency, and then like you try to chew the cranberries, and like it's like dries out your mouth to the point where you kind of like choke on the cranberries. But the flavor is really good. It's really solid. Let's go for it. That was a big piece too. Let's try a smaller piece. Yeah, very, very buttery. Nice sharp finish. Slightly tart. Maybe like a little bit of nuttiness in there as well. It gets all over your fingers. Like I'm trying to. This is something you're gonna need like a fork for or something.
Right.
Yeah. I will say they do not skimp out on the cranberries. And then yeah, as you keep eating it, you can kind of get like the burst of the dried fruit flavor from the cranberry. It's really good. The cheese is solid. It's just kind of hard to eat, I will say. But yeah, I like it. I think the cheese is pretty solid. Let's oh, I got freaking cheese all over my hands. Let's try the beer now. Okay. Peach cobbler, sour ale. News. Peach cinnamon marshmallow. Peach cobbler.
Oh shit!
I hear myself. So head's completely dissipated. There's a nice haze. Pretty much can't see through it at all. A little bit of effervescence. Let's go for the nose. Cheers, Robert.
Right. Cheers, Robert.
Noses.
Ooh.
No, sis.
All right, I get a lot of the peach, but then I get like a really nice like bakery cinnamon. And then I get that like it's like a tart peach. It's not, and it's more like a natural peach. It's not like a peach gummy ring or anything like that. It's more like natural peach. But definitely a good amount of sweetness. Yeah, sweet peach combined with that like cinnamon baking spice. It smells like it's gonna be sweeter than sour, more sweet than sour, I should say. But it does have that nice touch of acidity. Let's try it out. Cheers.
All right. Cheers.
Okay. The nose is very deceiving. Woo! It's got some acidity to it. It's kind of that sour that almost kind of gives you that like acid reflux the second you take a sip. The mouth feels really nice though. What's the date on this? No date. It's kind of missing like that like pie crust kind of thing if you're going for cobbler. So now I had the Drecker Slang de Jour peach cobbler. That was like straight up like peach pie.
Mm-hmm.
This is more of like a nice ripe peach with like a touch of the cinnamon baking spice and then a kind of astringent and sour finish. Carbonation's lighter side of medium. I like a little bit more carbonation. Yeah, this one's all right. This beer's all right. Definitely not what I expected. I've had some other beers by Branch and Blades that were sours. They were a little bit better than this one. Overall, sit and sip on it. Maybe the tart, maybe the baking, the like pie note will come out a little bit more. That bakery kind of spice note will be a little bit more prominent. This can's also pretty dang cold, so yeah, not bad. Just not what I expected. More just kind of like a peach sour ale, and then the marshmallows like non-existent. I don't know where they get marshmallow. There's maybe like a lactose sweetness in there, but not really marshmallowy. All right, cheese and then beer.
Cheers.
I got myself a nice piece of the cranberry with that too.
Do you have to let it linger?
Oh.
The beer just kind of steamrolls over the cheese. So the cheese base kind of gets washed out by the sour aspect, but the cranberry note shines through, and it works pretty well with the peach. So there is that. Let's try some more. Let's try to get these big pieces of cheese. Now, I will say the cheese does kind of bring out that marshmallow note a little bit, though. So you definitely get a little bit more of the creaminess. It's kind of got a little bit more like a vanilla-like flavor when you do that. Let's go beer than cheese.
All right, beer's cheese. I give it your spray.
I'll wash my hands after this. Okay, I think that's typically I like cheese than beer, but the beer than cheese is actually pretty good. The cheese kind of cuts through the acidity in the beer, and it amplifies the what's it called? What was I gonna say?
I don't know.
So it cuts through the acidity, and it kind of amplifies the like the creamy aspect and the nuttiness in the cheese. So yeah, I would say that it doesn't get steamrolled over when you do it that way. When you do the cheese and then the beer, it totally just kind of drowns out the cheese. But then when you drink the beer and eat the cheese, it kind of intensifies the flavors rather than just meshing it all together into this one big flavor where you can't really decipher between the two, you know. But not bad. I gotta wash my hands because this is very messy cheese. And yeah, cheers. It's been fun.
All right.
Cheers. Around. Cheers.
Hell yeah. Cheers, dude. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'll go ahead and start with the beer. So Prairie's artisanal modern pilsners, 5.0, 5%, and Shift TV, something like that. Here we go. There it is again. Let's go ahead and get a nose on it. The head is gone. It's nothing. Kind of smells like a Kolsch. It's got the bready dough, almost a French bread dough, somewhat of a sour-ish like thing going on, but it does have a sweetness as well, like a sweet white bread, a little bit of cracker. It's very doughy though. It's got that doughy thing, like fresh dough. Yeah. It's very reminiscent of the Kolsch that I made that I didn't really like. And I was like, man, this is just a little doughy. It's almost like it still needs time to condition. That's kind of where I don't know, that's what I feel when I smell it. But it has a little bit of a floral little kick to it. A little bit of floral, slight doughy, almost like herbal lemongrass. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Not really digging the aromas. But let's go ahead and dig into it. Cheers.
Cheers, Will.
Cheers.
All right. Floral. Herbal, lemongrass, floral. Doesn't really taste like a modern Pilsner, but does have a nice little slight bitterness in the finish with a nice dry finish. It's nice. I like that. I'd say it's a little heavier than light on the body. It's not medium, but it's like at the higher end of light. It's got a little bit of mouthfeel in there. Body, it's like it's actually got something in there. It's thicker than like say a normal like Pilsner or something, which is a little more crispier. more. This is more softer and not so crispy, not so punchy. A little more on the bready, thick side. Fuller body. A little bit of apple. A little bit of lemon, apple. What's something else I'm getting there? It's weird. I'm trying to figure it out. I can't quite get it. It's like almost like purple grapes, sweet grapes, with that bready cracker. It tastes good. It tastes better than it smells. So I don't know. It's all right. It's a little bit calcifying, or if that's even one word, calcium forward, or like mineral forward. It's got kind of like a dry chalkiness on the palate, kind of drying, and yeah, like you ate some chalk. All right, to the cheese. This is a queso de cabra. It's a goat cheese. That's what cabra means. I looked it up. You looked it up. It's goat cheese, queso de cabra. So this is straight up goat cheese. It's the hard goat cheese though, and it does have some Swiss cheese like kind of look to it. Like it has those little divots and little holes and shit like that. It's a harder cheese, but it's a breakable cheese. It breaks at the end. It's oily. It's very oily, actually. And that really looks, holy shit, it's like glimmering. Like this, like oil all over it. It's slick on the fingers. On the nose, like slight salty, nutty, goaty kind of feet and fart. There you go. It does have, yeah. It really has that that locker kind of like what Bumpy was saying. It has the same kind of thing. Sheep cheese is a lot of the same as goat cheese. It's got that wild kind of just pulled off the teat, kind of made it on the spot, kind of natural vibe to it. Very footy and sweaty armpits. But then also has a nice cheese-like factor in there as well. You get that nice milky kind of cheesy thing going on. Salty, sweet, tart, nutty. Yeah. All right, time to eat this goat cheese. Cheers, goat cheers.
Cheese factor, not to be confused with beer factor.
Factor that in. It's softer in the mouth, oily soft, not as hard as I thought it would be. It's actually kind of rubbery, like Swiss cheese, but a little softer, not as squeaky. And then it has kind of that raw goat cheesy kind of feel to it. Not super salty, but does have a little salinity. A slight nuttiness with that locker feel, that footy. But then that really nice, a really nice kind of like raw organic kind of feel to it, taste to it. Very nice. This is actually pretty good. I've had some that were saltier. I've had some that were less saltier. This is like right in the between area of it, and it's very well balanced. It's also getting old because there's some hard pieces on the edge. So I wish we had something better than a Ziploc bag and a fucking rubber band.
You gotta get yourself some Tupperware.
I know. Get some for my wife for Christmas. There we go. All right, but that's that. I'm gonna eat some cheese first and then have the beer. So cheers. Oh, that was like hard. Almost scratched my cheek inside. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that bad. Let me just chew it up a little bit.
It's like a bagel and they toasted too much at Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, yeah. Cut your lip like when you're trying to eat it.
Like a big ass bite that shit just wrecks the roof of your mouth.
Oh, definitely a choice beer for the cheese. The cheese is a little lighter, lighter texture and feel and flavor all around. So you don't want anything to overwhelm it. And to have something like this is nice because you can still taste the cheese, and it kind of balances through and kind of lets you taste the beer as well. Kind of nice. I don't get so much of that doughiness or anything like that from the cheese. You still get a little bready cracker. You still get all that herbal lemon. Not so much lemon actually in this. It's more floral flowers, like grassy, kind of a grassiness or something like that. But that goes really well down. It's a very it washes down the cheese quite well, and it leaves a lot of that. It does leave a little bit of the rawness in the finish of the cheese still in my mouth, so it doesn't really totally wash it down, but it does a great job doing it. It's trying. I can't believe how much this tastes like a Kolsch for a Pilsner. I mean, honestly, they're very similar.
Well, the Kolsch was like an ale, basically, that was supposed to mimic the Pilsner because the temperature difference in Cologne versus other parts of Germany.
Yeah, there's a slight difference in flavor though from the Kolsch to a Pilsner. But they do very, very well with comparing to each other. Like they're very close. And this has more of that Kolschier kind of feel to it. But yeah, I do like. Let's get beer before the cheese and see what's up. It's a hard beer to. Hold on, I'll tell you about it. My thoughts in a second. This goes both ways. Because the cheese is so light in flavors and stuff like, except for the rawness, that that footlockery kind of goaty thing. It still works both ways. Like you still taste the beer in the back of your cheeks and stuff, almost like I'm a chipmunk and I was holding that beer in my cheeks, and like it just kind of came out when I ate the cheese. So it was kind of nice. No, but yeah, no, that's good. I like this both ways. It's weird. Yeah, this is more. It's just got that Kolschier expression compared to like I've been. I know it's I've been drinking on what the fuck is the drink I was drinking? The beer. I can't think of it now. Not like Pilsner or Quell. It was what's the one? Fuck. They brew here now. They're in the States now in the green bottle. Stella Artois. So it kind of like
you didn't give me time to try to guess, beer man. Damn.
But they still have that skunky from being in the green bottle. You still, even though it's brewed in the U.S., you still get that skunkiness, which I like. I like that skunky Heineken-y kind of thing. Different like parts of the world, but I mean, they still kind of share similarities in the Pilsner and this and that and blah blah blah, Kolsch's and this and that. It's just like that. It's got a very dramatic feel to it, but it's just more of a, I don't know. I brewed two now, and the last one was okay. It tastes somewhat like that, but I don't know. It's all right. So, but the beer and cheese was a really nice mix both ways. So I'm done talking, going crazy tonight. Confusion setting in. All right, let's go ahead and let's get Bumpy back up for his last thoughts. Cheers.
Yeah. So my last thoughts. Well, let's just attack the beer first, because I think you all know I didn't really care for it all that much. I would say for my I'm not going to finish drinking this beer. It's just, there's things about it. I'm not like a sweets guy. I don't eat a lot of like sweets. And it's supposed to be like mimicking some type of sweet dessert type thing. The thing is it does taste like some type of weird artificial sweet dessert, and then it's got the metallic note. And when I pick up on metallic flavors and things, it really ruins it. This one's got a big metallic note to it. It's just all around not really good. I mean, I'm gonna drain for it, but I think that there are people that
Chug,
might.
chug.
No, not worth it. I get it. No, I'm trying to. I'm seeing a doctor now that tells me that I need to cut back and lose weight. The kind of range I would give this one, because it does kind of hit upon some certain aspects of what I think that I've never had a praline before, but what I think might be there for said style. I think they hit a lot of it, possibly. The black cherry note was pretty interesting, getting the kind of roasted chestnut type thing. A bit of that vanilla type stuff, all that. So I'll just land this one in kind of the mid-range to bottom end good. I personally hate it, but I think that they got it, to where some people like Alex might really enjoy this one, because it is a little bit besides the metallic type note and the bittering on the finish is something that might not hit with Alex, but I think that he would enjoy the sweet side of this beer. So yeah, mid-range, bottom end good for the beer. The cheese, I'm not like a fan of like just eating like Swiss cheese by itself. I like Swiss cheese on like, put it on like a chicken, like a chicken sandwich or some other types of things, even burgers and stuff it can work on. This reminded me a bit of Swiss. It kind of had that kind of like nudging towards Swiss, but it also like was dialed back a bit from that and brought some other deeper, darker notes versus the bright ripeness that Swiss might bring. So I kind of actually liked this cheese enough to eat a decent amount of it. And I think that if you're Swiss, like if you really like Swiss cheese, I think that you'd appreciate this cheese quite a bit. So I'll throw the cheese in the very good range.
Nice.
As far as the pairing went, initially eating the cheese and then drinking the beer, it helped the beer out substantially. So I think that pairing portion of it went very well. On the other hand, eating the cheese after drinking the beer just absolutely pronounced that metallic flavor I was getting out of it. It was pretty damn disgusting. But yeah. And it doesn't mix with the West Coast IPA at all. So there you go.
Nice.
Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you, Bumpy. Cheers. All right. Let's get Tanner up here now.
Cheers, Bobby. Okay. All right. We'll start with the beer. So the Peach Cobbler, Burning Love, Peach Cobbler, Branch of Blade. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do a beer and you're going to call it a cobbler, you're going to call it a pie beer. It better tastes like pie, in my personal opinion. It's like kind of misleading. It's one of those freaking sours where, why am I like, am I off center? I am off center. What the hell's going on? All right, there we go. Like pointing at the door. No, yeah, it was totally missing kind of that like actual like pie pastry crust note. But it's not a bad beer. It's still solid. It's still kind of tasty. It doesn't have that like fake peach flavor that sometimes I'm not really a big fan of. It's got more of like a nice ripe natural peach flavor. As far as being a sour, typically I like if it's going to be like a pastry or like a pie style sour, I want it to be a little bit sweeter than sour. This one definitely is a little bit more on the acidic side than sweet. As far as a number for this, I would still land it around like, give it like I go like 85. I mean, I'm just totally comparing it to like the Slang du Jour Drecker, which is probably like in the 90s for me. I think that was like probably one of my favorites of the Slang du Jour series was that, which is definitely hard to compete with. But like I said, as far as being just an overall solid beer, it's not bad. 85 is a decent score. The cheese, on the other hand, I think the cheese is really good. Very buttery, kind of sharp, kind of dry. But once you get more of the cranberry pieces, once you keep eating it, it kind of gets sweeter, kind of cuts through the astringency of the cheese. So the cheese itself, I will say I mean, I don't try too many fruit-infused cheeses. I think I should because I really enjoyed this. The only thing that kind of was annoying about this is just it was so hard to eat. I mean, if you like threw this on a cracker, if you like cut a slice, put it on a cracker, ate it that way, that's fine. But just trying to cut it and just eat slices, it's literally just like falling on my lap. It's falling over the place. I had it on my hands. I'm like, I got it on my nose. It's
a spreader.
It was all over the place, dude. But it's still a very tasty cheese. I'd give the cheese maybe like I'd go like 93 on the cheese. I think it was really good. As far as the pairing, when you had the cheese first and then you drank the beer, it didn't really work. Kind of drowned it out. You kind of lost the flavor of the cheese. I think it was the acidity of the beer. It was too acidic. The sour aspect just totally cut through all the flavor. But when you drank the beer first and then ate the cheese, I think the marshmallow in the beer intensified like the buttery / creamy aspect of the cheese, and it really enhanced those flavors. Brought out the nuttiness, kind of cut through the astringency, and worked pretty well. So I will say the pairing was a success as far as beer then cheese. But yeah, didn't really work first time around. So yeah, it was fun to do though. It was definitely something that, you know, maybe not most people would do. I mean, I thought, hey, let's combine two different fruit products. You know, one's got fruit in it, fruited sour with fruited cheese. So cheers.
Nice, cheers. And a sour fruit to some degree. Well, depends on.
Yeah, cranberries can be a little bit tart, right?
Tart.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool. All right, thanks.
Thanks for having me. Cheers, guys.
All right. Well, back to me and my confusion. No, but the beer was a mix, let's say, between a Pilsner and a Kolsch. There was some remnants of this idea that it might be a Kolsch, and there was some that because it did have a little bitterness in the finish and dryness, but it also had a little bit of fruitiness, but it also had, because of the modern, I think, idea that they were putting into it from hops or whatever they were using, and then it had this huge, like, bready, malty kind of backbone. So I can see where the Pilsner is in here, but I was getting, like, certain things from the Kolsch. So it was, I don't know, kind of like, like a crazy offspring of a Kolsch Pilsner. I have no idea. Welcome to the family, beer. Oh, this isn't it. Sorry, this is my West Coast IPA. I drank that already. That went down pretty quick. I would give the beer an 85 out of 100. It wasn't the greatest. It didn't have the greatest head either. The carbonation was a little low, not so crispy. I wish it was a little more snappy. Felt a little more thicker and richer because of that. If it was more snappy with carbonation, it would have lifted a few things out of there. So I don't know what happened there when they canned it, but so yeah, 85 out of 100. And then the cheese, I would give that was fucking delicious. I've had hard goat cheeses before in the past, and they were pretty good. I think this was the better one though by far. It went down very easy. It was easy to chew down and take. I liked it. It wasn't super complex. It was what it was, and I would give it a 90, 95 out of 100. It was really delicious. A very good to excellent cheese. The mixture cheese before beer and beer before cheese went both excellently. And the reason I say that is because each time I had it before or after, cheese before beer, beer before cheese, it still left remnants of both in my mouth. So I could taste the cheese and the beer, and it mixed very nicely. It just kind of, the cheese before beer, the beer kind of like washed down any, I don't know, like any off flavors from the cheese that might be off-putting, maybe too much salt or this or that. It just kind of like wiped anything that might be bad or not taste good to me. It kind of just made it nice and pure. The same the other way. So I would say the mixture here was a great pairing. Maybe something, honestly, I had the West Coast with the goat too, and it actually pronounce the fruit of the hops or something in the West Coast came out more. The hoppiness of the beer. So that was really nice. Maybe a different style might go better with the cheese as far as that's concerned, but I don't know. It worked, and I'll give it a 90. I'll give it a 92 out of 100 for the pairing. Something to try for sure. Either get a Kolsch, either get a Pilsner, or get something in between like I had. And check it out. So there you go. I'm looking down as I talk because when I look up, I get nervous. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. All right, so I'm out of here. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get us all in our place. I'm gonna go ahead and just like let you guys talk. Let me get my banner off of here. I don't need that anymore. Oh, we don't have names. What the fuck? We all know our names though. That's all good. Bumpy, go ahead and start us off with some shout outs.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go ahead and shout out Sam Smalley, Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Check him out, especially coming up after Beer and Cheese. There we go. We didn't discuss whose channel it's going to be on, but I'm going to push it on Sammy right now. It's going to be on Sammy's channel, live. We're going to do a couple beers together. It's this whole garage project thing that he had with Trillium that he was able to get. And of course, Trillium is close by to me, and Beerman's wearing a Trillium shirt as we speak. So we're going to have a few beers from this Trillium Garage Project collaboration coming up sometime after Beer and Cheese, maybe the top of the hour. I don't know. It all depends on Sammy at this point. Get to work, Sammy. Yeah. On my channel, I get the beer reviews I do. I put out at least 3 a week. I've been putting them out on Wednesdays, Fridays, Sundays. I have my frozen pizza reviews. I put those out on Tuesdays. I had one drop today. If you haven't checked it out yet, please do. It was another Uno's Chicago style deep dish, the kind with all the sauce on top. And Robert, the Whisky Scout, has been in the chat as well. We at some point are going to try to do it's either going to be a live or it's going to be like we're going to do a pizza review together and then I'll post it on a Tuesday. I haven't quite really figured that out yet. It may just be a live, but we're going to do a frozen pizza together. It will be in Motor City. The pizza that I did pick up, the wife ended up cooking, so I had to get another one. But we'll figure that out at some point to do. But all my videos, they do drop at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And I've been putting out some shorts as well. So kind of been a little bit slower on the shorts. I haven't really been getting videos of the dogs all that much, but try to do my best to still get some videos out with the dogs, doing some shorts, and yeah, that's what's going on my channel. Cheers. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. Cheers. Thanks for being here. Right.
Cheers, Bumpy. All right. Shout out to my channel. I've been doing beer reviews, liquor reviews. I do have a whiskey review that I'm trying to upload. It's a pain in the ass. When I record off my camera, to get it onto my phone is just kind of annoying. So I will have a review on this whiskey that I recently found, which was a crazy steal. $39 for this Bullet Bourbon barrel strength. It's 121.8 proof. I actually looked it up. This is a kind of an allocated bottle, and the MSRP is around 50. So I don't know why the heck it was priced at $39. But yeah, look out for that review on my channel. My brother's friend just recently made me a beat. So now I don't have to worry about copyright beats. I don't have to worry about getting beats off Upbeat. So shout out to Johnny Concepts. He actually makes music. He does. He's a rapper. He makes like rap music. So check him out on YouTube. But yeah, $15. He made me a beat, and that's the beat that I'm going to be using for most of my reviews. Yeah, he's a cool dude. I've known him for a long time, since I was a kid. He's been my brother's good friend for like over a decade. And I just asked him, I said, hey, can you make me a beat? And he had one ready for me in like a couple hours. It's pretty cool. And I just Venmoed him $15. So check him out. Yeah. Nice. And if you can't figure out how to spell his name, you'll see it under my description. It'll say music by Johnny Concepts. So definitely shout out to him. And as far as Monday shows, I didn't do a show yesterday. I actually went to the gym with my friend, and then I went to the gym today. So yeah, I'm probably going to be trying to cut back on doing reviews, or not cut back on doing reviews, or just being doing lives. And as you know, I'm still going to do lives, but I'm probably just not going to do them as much. I definitely want to cut back on drinking. But yeah, I'll still be doing lives. Try to do 8:30. Might stretch it to 9 maybe a couple times, but I'm going to try to shoot for 8:30 still, and still do whiskey reviews, rate that beers, all that good stuff. But yeah, look out for beer reviews, liquor reviews on my channel. Other than that, let's see. Shout out to Simo Sups. I was hanging out with him and all the other UK guys, and Craig, Can Beer Reviews. So yeah. Shout out to Simo Sups. Good dude. And yeah, thanks for having me, beer man. Cheers.
Yeah, dude. All right. Thanks. Cheers. All right, I'll start out with the shouts. I thought beat. I thought you were talking about beat, like you read beat the yeet.
What?
I swear, I thought you were. All right, he made you a beat. No, I thought he greased some beats and nibbled them up.
No.
Yeah,
it made me like a lo-fi beat for my channel for my music.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Yeah, it keeps away from those fucking copyright things or whatever.
Yeah, which was totally just being a pain in my ass lately.
Yeah. There's the way he worded it, yeah.
Cheers, dude.
Now he doesn't see a little feet with legs and arms and a face walking around the screen. All right, so three shouts I'll do. We all know them, but I'm just gonna keep fucking saying the same thing. Keep it funky, beer and dank reviews. I fucking like this guy. He's a cool dude, and yeah, just a real nice, genuine dude. Puts up some good stuff. Great beers. Last thing was what do you do? So last thing was Antique Time Baltic Porter. Fuck, I got mine in the cooler right now, just crashing it. So yeah, I'd like to see that from Fidens. So he's right down the street from Fidens too. So lucky guy. Northwest Small Batch Brewing, Mr. Steven with a PH, Steven 2 or Steven 1, however you look at it. I'm Steven as well with a V. Yeah, cool guy. He puts up Thursday shorts, little things. He also does single malt Scotch whiskey. He likes his Scotch whiskey quite a bit, and Irish single malts and stuff like that. So check that out. Did a can condition thing. Likes to do a lot of teaching kind of thing to show basic brewers what to and what not to look out for and this and that. So kind of really cool. And he's right down the street from me, basically an hour and a half away. So I gotta get over there and see him. Next guy and guys is Dan and Mike with FLX Beer Reviews. The last thing they did was Trillium Brewing, a pot and kettle American Porter. Fuck yeah, I love American Porters, man. So go check those guys out. They're always hitting me up on my Instagram and stuff too. So I need to actually go see their videos on the YouTube more often. Miss a lot of things sometimes. Get caught up with life. But as far as shows go, Beer Cheese Tuesday again next week, 8 o'clock Eastern, 8:30 Eastern, excuse me, 5:30 my time. And Wednesday tomorrow will be the same, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock East, and it's 3 o'clock mine Pacific. Yeah, bring anyone's invited to that one tomorrow for All Spun Out. Just bring any beer of choice the first time, and everyone else has some adjectives that were assigned to them. They go and find a beer based on at least one of those words, and then we'll review it. We'll guess the ABV, and at the end of the month, you'll win if you are the overall winner of the month. I'll send you a prize, send you a present, and we need more people there. It would be nice to have more people there if we can get them there. But happy with who we have, and you guys are rock. So any other than that, I got a Baltic Porter in the cooler. I got that. Won't be ready until like January 11th. I got 2 months in. I'm gonna do some time on this one, and then brewing a cream ale next Thursday. It was one of my style spins. Wasn't something I really wanted to brew, but I have never brewed one, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. It's a little different though. It's gonna be a little different. That it's gonna be the style, but it's a little more tropical, using a thiolized yeast and some other shit. So look out for that. The last thing I brewed was what's in this tank right here. I did a double dry hop. Just did my double dry right now or yesterday, and so we're waiting 3 more days for that, and I'll go ahead and rack it into a keg. Fucking really tastes good. The only problem was that I forgot to I forgot to do the evaporation rate with my condensation lid. I lose half of what I was losing before. So 1.25 gallons. Now I only lose 0.75 gallons. So it came out as a 6.8 instead of an 8%. But the final gravity was perfectly dead on. So there you go. Just got to do a little bit of tweaking, and we'll do it again. Slow people go faster. Fucking really delicious beer, and I'll just drink that fucker down because I'm trying to save some cash right now. Other than that, look out for any beer reviews that might pop up, shorts, this, that. I've been kind of slowing down a little bit. Actually trying to slow down on my intake of beers as well. Was doing like fucking 12-pack a day, dude. Now I'm down to like 6-pack, and trying to go lower on the ABV, just kind of watching out for my fucking health. a little bit, getting a little bit fucking strung out and drunk sometimes and doing stupid shit. So I gotta start thinking a little more. But other than that, you guys don't need to know that, but I said it anyway. There you go. But I love you, and you guys rock. The panel, thank you very much. Bumpy Isms, East Coast LQ Reviews. Much
Cheers.
love, guys. Thanks for being here. And cheers to all the community, all you guys in the chat. You guys rock too. And I look forward to seeing Sammy and Bumpy's thing here in about a half hour. So look up for that. Yeah, I think we're done. You guys have a good night, day, wherever you're from this beautiful world. But not after one more sip, if you got it. Or eat the cheese. I don't care. A cheesers.
Jesus.
I love beer. Fuck yeah.
I love beer.
Oh, shit. Oh, wait. I was not prepared. Here we go.
Yep.